What made you decide to become a lawyer?
I had, so when I was in high school, I first thought I wanted to join the army. Don't know why, but that's what I wanted to do. And then I started a legal studies course in high school as part of my electives. And I had the most incredible teacher who encouraged me and thought that it would be a good area of law for me, and that it was what I wanted to do from that point on.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell yourself as you were finishing your law degree?
I would tell myself that practice is very different to your undergraduate degree. So it was what I had initially wanted to do or expected that I would get into is not where I ended up. And I think all that comes with experience in practice and gaining that experience. So probably the biggest tip I would give myself would be to go out there and maybe get some more experience in all different areas of the law whilst I was still undertaking the undergraduate degree.
What are your interests outside of law?
My interests outside of law, obviously, my family, so very, very close to my family. I have 2 young children and a wonderful husband, a very close-knit group of friends, and I spend most of my time really following my kids around at all their sporting events, and I enjoy that.
Oh, are you a soccer mom?
Yeah. Soccer mom, basketball mom, dance mom, all of the above.
Oh, that is my dream. I want to be a dance mom. What do you love about your job?
The best thing about my job is the fact that I get to meet real people in real situations. So the majority of my work, so my area of practice is generally in estate planning as opposed to the post-death administration or litigation. But in estate planning, I get to meet people generally before a crisis occurs. So they're happy to see me. They want to be proactive in planning their estates to ensure that there isn't the problems are minimised down the track, and that gives me real satisfaction to be able to problem solve with my clients and to speak to a real person, not be dealing with a big corporate or anything of that level.
So why did you decide to specialise in wills and estates?
The reason I decided to specialise in wills and estates is because when I started practicing law, I ended up in this area by chance. And the more and more I delved into the issues that relate to wills and estates, and the more clients I saw, the more I realised that it was an area that I definitely wanted to continue doing for the rest of my life. And I felt that specialisation would provide me with that edge over not having that qualification.
What is a time management tip or hack you would share with colleagues or someone currently studying?
Plan early. When you get a file, start working on that file immediately if possible. Make detailed file notes as soon as you possibly can to ensure that if something were to happen to you, that file is up to date for the next person to take over.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
In relation to law is firstly not to take yourself too seriously. There needs to be a work-life balance in regards to your area of practice, and also be kind and be passionate about the area that you work in. It's something you're going to be doing for a very long time, so it's important that you actually love what you do. Camaraderie among the profession is extremely important. Whether that be attending court and having respect and camaraderie between you and your opponent, or even in general practice. I mean, in my practice, I don't deal with a lot of lawyers on a day-to-day basis because of the transactional nature of the work that I do. But I'm involved in many groups of lawyers that have similar values, that we sit together informally and talk about issues that we've had in practice with clients or cases that we can learn from one another and assist one another. It doesn't always have to be in competition between practitioners. We should all be there to assist one another.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's it.